Okay.
Hey, now,
I feel like
you're an
we're like,
all-star.
can we take our two tallest people and put them in miniature chairs and do a segment? And that's what we're calling
That's
this.
what we're doing this.
Like, so we're
what
gonna
we're
do
doing.
it. We're gonna take a break for 2 seconds from last night and talk Raptors because I feel like we need to devote a little more attention to that. Who of course were swept out of the playoffs by a very familiar foe on Monday. In
They were
Cleveland.
what?
Yeah, swept. As you might expect, they were pretty despondent after the loss. So let's listen to Kyle Lowry on Tuesday reflecting on the exit.
We felt like we could possibly make the NBA Finals, and that was our goal. So, it's always been a real goal for us, but this year was like, that's the only thing that matters. To be the best, you got to beat the best, and we continuously, the last 3 years, have fell to the team that's made it to the finals the last 3 years. For me, it was championship or bust, and that's what I feel. That's what I really feel. So, wasted year for me.
Oof, everything was going along smoothly, and then wasted year.
I don't think it's a wasted year. First of all, the NBA, they really try to look to the outside to get better. You look at OKC, you even look at the Rockets. They got superstars to come to their franchises to really take their games to the next level. The Raptors prove that you can actually look within yourself and get better. Now, Kyle Lowry, I understand the competitor in you is mad, but this was a good year for the Raptors. Nonetheless, good is not great, and there are great teams in the NBA that are really hitting their stride. Look at the Rockets and the Warriors, even the Celtics that are young and putting young pieces together. So, yeah, I can understand why he's mad, but at the same time, I do think they should not blow things up. They should not blow things up. They should look, although, to the outside, even though they did better looking to the inside in their franchise.
Uh-oh, Jalen's getting, like,
why are you mad?
fidgety.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
I like to gauge success by realistic expectations.
You do.
They got swept in the second round of the playoffs. What did he say his goal was?
Championship or bust.
They're a long way away from that. Number one. Number two, they don't have the past success because the last handful of years they flamed out. And we couldn't appreciate this regular season with them being the number one seed because we wanted to see what they were going to do in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So let's talk about their currency. They've gotten swept the last 2 years out of the playoffs. And let's talk about their future. Are they the team in the East going forward?
Probably
you don't
not.
think they should break this up? LeBron James is still playing at an elite level. Philadelphia is coming, even though they're going to lose to Boston. The Celtics are coming because they are the future. And so the Toronto Raptors need to remix their roster. This roster is not going to be one that gets to the conference final.
I think they should remix their roster, just not their core. They need
Don't blow that
presence.
up.
Yeah, don't blow that up.
I'm curious that you didn't focus more on the wasted year part because I tend to see things in black and white and be fatalistic. So when I hear that, I'm like, yeah, it totally was a wasted year because you didn't get anything done. But a lot of times people are like, it's not a wasted year. You learned this, you did this, you had a great record, but you're not saying any of that.
What is the tale of two seasons? The regular season was a terrific year for that franchise. They had never won as many games. They had never been a number one seed. But the playoffs is definitely a waste.
It's a different game. That's true.
Back to the focus at hand. We talked a little bit in the last block about it, the Rockets finishing off the Jazz and facing the Warriors next. But specifically Daryl Morey, because he has admitted that Houston's obsessed with the Warriors. So this is what they've done. This is what they've built to. If they don't beat the Warriors, is this season a failure?
Let me tell you why my Rockets are winning. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm from Texas. Let me tell you why they're already winning. When I was a young girl, not too long ago, Jalen, a couple of years ago, my parents said, for Christmas, we're going to give, I have 3 sisters, all of you guys jersey dresses. T-Mac was hooping then. We're going to give you jersey dresses. That should date you, jersey dresses. They're dead now.
Are they?
If the Rockets make it outside of the second round.
Uh-oh.
This would be the year I got my jersey dress. This is the first time. This is a pivotal point. It's been 10 years later. But for me, I really liked what I saw yesterday with the Rockets because you look at how you mentioned this earlier, how James Harden really fizzled out last year in the playoffs. What do? You add another point guard, and that point guard is not only going to get you buckets, he's going to give you both, but he's also going to stay in James Harden's ear when it counts the most. Now, we thought that James was the guy with the biggest chip on his shoulder.
Yep.
It might be Chris Paul. And that's going to be the best thing for them moving forward because you have 2 leaders in the point guard position. This is going to be the best Western Conference Finals in NBA history, statistically, from the points category.
Says the Rockets fan.
There's a difference, a fan or a stan. I stand.
Okay, now you're just.
I think it will, just from a point standpoint. From a point standpoint.
Okay.
Well, you better hurry. You have like 10 seconds.
Okay. So you coming on our show for the first time and you're saying the Houston Rockets are going to beat the Golden State Warriors?
I'm not. I'm saying that this is a win already for the Rockets.
This is not a win already for the Rockets. This is not why Chris Paul left Los Angeles, to lose in 5 games in the Western Conference Final.
Baby steps.
He came to Houston to beat Golden State. You remember that old State Farm commercial where Chris Paul was going down the escalator and Steph Curry was going up the escalator? And I'll never forget looking at that image and saying, if I'm Chris Paul, I would have never shot that commercial.
Correct. Going
And
down
so
the steps.
when that happened, he was doomed with the Clippers. I think the Rockets have improved clearly, but I just don't think you can say what you saw yesterday with all of that isolation ball, that's going to work consistently against the Golden State Warriors.
The key indicator is going to be defense. The Rockets have improved their defense. The Warriors have always had their defense. If they play D, they have a chance.
So that's Western Conference, which we are very focused on, but we still do have a game tonight between the Celtics and the Sixers. Philadelphia extending their season a bit on Monday. Joel Embiid was happy to get in the Celtics' faces about it. Sixers are in Boston tonight, down 3-1. Other than scoring more points, what do they need to do, and do you expect Philly to pull off the win?
Can I ask you a question, please?
Please do.
Because so many people going into this series were ready to leapfrog on the Philadelphia bandwagon.
Sitting
They've
right here.
become the darlings. I wasn't talking about you.
Yeah, it's right here.
Everybody made them the darlings of the NBA. Coming into this series, what did you anticipate was going to happen?
That they were going to fail in the playoffs, because my team, I played for the Kinetic Sun, and this was what happened to us last year. So we had a great regular season. We finished with the most wins we've had since 2012, and then next, we get to the playoffs, and in the WNBA, it's single elimination.
That's
we weren't
rough.
ready.
That is
We weren't
rough.
ready. Now the Sixers, they have the luxury of being able to have a 7-game series, so they could bounce back. But to me, I'm really looking at the rookies. The rookies. Ben Simmons, the only reason why Philly really had a better game was because he had a better game. But who was the rookie of the year if the rookie of the year was given in the playoffs?
Oh, yeah, easy.
The rookie of the year for this year's playoffs will have to be Donovan Mitchell.
I'm going with Jason Tatum. The fact that he's
it's 1A.
playing his best basketball right now, 20-point games. He's strung about 5 of them together. He's playing his best basketball. Donovan is the heartbeat of his team. But to me, Jason Tatum is the reason why the Celtics are really going, and they're clutch. And Al Horford obviously helps too. But to me, overall, the Sixers, they have a chance because Ben Simmons was aggressive last game. But Jason Tatum is the guy you have to watch for the Celtics, because he's going to be the reason why they win. He's the guy that can score, he can perform late. He's playing his best basketball. He's the rookie of the year of the playoffs, in my opinion.
The Boston Celtics in this series tonight.
Okay, so there's the negative, and if we'll spin that into some positive by going over to the internet to see who won it. Okay, I'm glad you're here for this. Second runner-up is, oh, God. I don't think I've been jealous of dogs often. Actually, that's not true. I am every day, but...
That's cute.
Everything is right about this. There's so much skin and squishiness.
I'm just worried, when it wakes up, that's when I get scared.
I'm sorry.
I'm cool when...
Sinead, did you just say it wakes up, Sinead?
I don't know if it's he or she. I didn't want to offend.
Okay, you know what?
Is that a good...
Where's the Rockets? Now I'm talking about...
I'm out of here. Y'all, go ahead, D.
Okay, this is... I want you guys to pay attention, because we're putting this in the show only because I want to mock it. It's a golf trick shot. Is this the fakest golf trick shot you've ever seen? Because watch the ball. It looks like
That's not real life.
cartoon. No.
That's not real life.
Boy, oh, am I right?
That's not real life.
No, I ain't right. But first place goes to... He did it again, y'all. Spice Adams is back.
no.
This time getting ready
Green
for football
Biggums,
season.
School of Hard Knocks. Punt returner, kicker, quarterback, wide receiver, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, fullback, running back, linebacker, corner, free safety, strong safety, head coach, assistant coach, and a plethora and a barrage of other things as well.
Water boy. Add in water boy.
Plethora and barrage. Oh, that's nice.
That would go, Edie.
You about to pull something.
I know.
You said the weight room was this way, or you said it was this way?
Stupid. He's killing it. Say
Too cute.
plethora and barrage.
That's too cute. Water boy.
That
You
would
should
go
add
about
water
it.
boy.
So, what did you call a dog? You said it?
I said he or
No,
she.
you did not.
I'm out of here.
Imagine if I said a baby was an it, and I probably would, and then I'd get at.
But you don't want to offend, because babies, you sometimes don't know what gender they are.
We're gonna become best friends. Y'all don't need to see that coming up. Anthony Davis. Look, he had a great postseason. So much so, in fact, that his coach said he has Tim Duncan DNA. We're gonna tackle that comparison next.
You can now reserve a car online, and CarMax will hold it for you up to 7 days for free. You come in